Alright there guys, so I'm here doing my impressions on the EA and Ubisoft presentations or conferences, if you could say that. I just finished watching Ubisoft's, but first let me just go over what EA did. And they did a lot of things wrong. They did a lot more things wrong than Microsoft, surprisingly. Well, not as many wrong as they did on their last conference, which was a solo thing. But this time at E3, Microsoft did really pull out the big guns, and they did focus on a lot of games. But same thing with EA, but they didn't exactly focus on games that everyone was hoping for. So let's start off with they showed off a new Plants vs. Zombies game called Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. And this is basically a Team Fortress game, if you could say that. You know, it's like TF2 style. And, I mean, it looks interesting. It's coming to Xbox 360, and I will be buying that because it looks pretty fun. I've never played TF2. I have watched my friend play it, and if I did play it, he'd probably yell at me for various things. But Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare will be hitting Xbox One and then Xbox 360. I'm not sure about PS3 or PS4. I don't remember. So, as of right now, all that I know is that it's Xbox One and then Xbox 360. And it looks promising, actually. And the various plants have different abilities. Like, the pea shooter will, shoot people. And then the sunflower will, of course, heal people. So I do like the various abilities that they give to each plant. And I'm actually somewhat excited for this title, if you guys can't tell. I will be picking it up, like I said. And there are boss waves where, you face off, either like the disco zombie or, that big giant zombie with like the little guy on his back, looks pretty cool. And, to me, like I said, TF2 with a Plants vs. Zombie skin on it. Or it could be Gears of War Horde mode with a Plants vs. Zombie skin on it. Hey? I don't know. But everyone that I know was hitting, TF2. But Gears of War seemed more appropriate because they were showing off the Survivor mode. And Peggle 2 was announced. They didn't show anything. He just said that, Peggle 2 is announced. And that was about it. Now, next thing that they showed off was Titanfall. And we already saw that at the Microsoft conference, so they didn't go too much into it. But they did show off the team, and they were explaining on the game itself. Like, we wanted to go and make something, fun and creative. And they put in the Titan versus Titan and also the human versus human. And they said that they could individually be in a individual game, but instead they put it all into this one game. And hey, I like that. And they then introduced us to the new engines that they use from DICE, Frostbite 3 and Ignite. And the Ignite engine was mostly used for the sports games, which I will go into later. But Frostbite 3 was used in Battlefront Star Wars, or Star Wars Battlefront, which I was actually surprised. I know that they grabbed the license for Star Wars and were making Star Wars games, but I wasn't, hoping or excited to go and see if they would announce a new Star Wars game, because personally, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I know a lot of people are. Also, they showed off Need for Speed Rivals, and basically all drives are divided into single players, but it'll have like a new multiplayer mode where basically first you start off as a single player, getting into the race, and then a cop will eventually butt into the race and try to stop you, and then there will be a third player on the helicopter, which could be used on a tablet. So there's a lot to do in this game, and I like that. The fact that, they're doing something outside of the box. And they also showed off a new movie, which is coming out spring 2014. Yeah, I'm not really excited for that. And they also showed off a Dragon Age Inquisition. I forgot how to pronounce it, but it's going to have a new RPG experience. It is diverse with complex characters, and it is dropping fall 2014. And most likely, the trailer itself not most likely, but most of the trailer that they showed off was mostly cinematic, so I can't exactly comment on it because they didn't show any gameplay. So, uh, then they showed off this trailer of sports games back on the NES or something like that, and then going up to now, and they basically showed off a bunch of sports games like NBA Live 14, and it uses a new bounce tech engine, which basically could new engine, get smoother models and smoother motions and everything. Not exactly interesting to me, but I hope that some of you guys are interested by it. Personally, I'm not. But the graphics look pretty impressive, but it's nothing that a PC can't do. Really, a good working gaming PC could probably do what it's doing right now on a console. So yeah, and there will also be Madden NFL 25 on Xbox One and PS4, and it'll also be using the Ignite engine along with NBA 14, NBA Live 14, and Madden NFL 25 Ignite engine. And there will also be a new FIFA game, and Drake walked up on stage saying, he loves FIFA and all of that. And hey, he's a good actor. He played on Degrassi, so who knows? He could be lying, but he could be not. I don't know. But there's also a new UFC game and there's a new MMA system. Basically, detecting like the full body and everything. And yeah, better graphics, not much. I'm not exactly interested in all these sports games. But soon they eventually passed their way through the sports games. It got to Battlefield 4, which is an all-out war, and it could be taken on air, land, or sea. And it looks pretty good. It looks basically a improved Battlefield, and there's also this new mode called Commander Mode, where basically I think it could be used on a tablet or a phone, and basically it's like a bird's eye view of the entire scene. So that is awesome. And it'll be using the Frostbite 3 engine, and before they closed the show, they showed off the new Mirror's Edge game, Mirror's Edge 2. And I think everyone at this point was expecting that because it was all over the internet, leaks everywhere. I don't think EA was low on that department, so everyone knew that they were going to announce that game, so they did. And overall, the EA conference was okay. It wasn't the best, but now let's move on to Ubisoft, and it opens up with Rocksmith, and the guy that did the performance actually performed like a small little rock concert to go and show off the game. After that, they were kicking it off with Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is dropping on August 20th, which is very soon. And there's a new trailer discussing story details, and I did not know what was going on really because there was too much going on. And at the same time, I was listening to the TGS guys, Dodger, and those guys basically, talking like, oh my god, what's going on? We don't even know what's going on. And I really didn't get much details out of that trailer. But hey, it does look a lot better from the showed from last year. And I'm super pumped for this game, and I can't wait to go, pick it up. I'm not going to pick it up at $60, maybe like at $30, maybe $40 maximum, but yeah. And next up, they showed off Rayman, which was Rayman Legends, and Rayman Legends had a new trailer, and it was in CGI, which was a new thing for them to go and try out to do. And I gotta say, the trailer pulled out very smoothly. It looks very nice. I did like the art style. And basically, the new character, I'm not exactly sure or remember her name, but she was going to, like, rescue Rayman. So she rescues them, they enter through a portal, and then they end up in another portal. And they were underwater, and basically a enemy was about to get them, but Rayman basically just punched him in the face, and that was the end of the trailer. And the game is launching September 3rd. It'll have a competitive multiplayer, epic boss fights, and over 120 levels. And basically everything you are expecting from a Rayman game, basically. So, next game that they showed off was The Mighty Quest for Epic Loots, which basically you steal loot from your neighbors while trying to protect your own, and you choose your characters, you gear it up, and you head into battle trying to get loot and protect your own at the same time. And the game was very funny. I mean, it wasn't taking itself seriously at all, or should I say the entire Ubisoft press conference wasn't taking itself seriously at all. It was very funny, wacky, not really caring, so I really, really like that, and I hope that Ubisoft does that again next year, because if they keep doing this, I will be looking forward to their press conferences more often. So, yeah, just saying that, putting that out there. Next thing they did was they showed off South Park, The Stick of Truth. And basically, they started off with a fart joke, and they ended with a fart joke, really. And they didn't show any gameplay, but all that they said was that new publisher, but the same South Park, and it is coming holiday 2013. So, it's coming very soon. Hopefully, it doesn't get delayed. Well, not very soon, but it's coming. It's coming this year. So, happy about that. And there was this new trailer that we got no context about. So, let's just go and, let me describe the trailer for you. It starts out with a car, being put together by itself. And I was thinking it could maybe be a racing game. Who knows? And, and then it starts to look interesting. I mean, it looks like nothing I've ever seen before at this year's E3. And it was centered around these three cars. And it turns out to be this game called The Crew, which is coming early 2014. And The Crew is basically a crew of cars joined together to go and stop this gang. And they have to go through this playground, which is basically USA, go through each city or state and basically stop each criminal organization within the city, and they have to keep doing that through the entire game. And the game is also multiplayer. You could go play with your friends, take down every single mission in multiplayer, which is great, and making a completely diverse world, or basically immersing yourself within the world. And the first mission that they showed out was in New York, which, yes, I live in New York, so that was nice to see. And you have to go and take down this criminal that was on a bridge or something like that. And they showed off a boost function. You go from state to state, like I said, doing various missions. And you can strip down your entire car and build it right back up, which is great. And then they showed off, before closing it off, all three or four of the cars meet up in Miami to go and do this mission. And The Crew pretty much is not a racing game. It's somewhat of a racing game. Think of it as Need for Speed, but with co-op. So that is pretty awesome. And also, you could go and customize your own car on an iPad. So they're really pushing this tablet thing at E3, if you could say that. Also, next thing they showed was Watch Dogs. It was mostly a CGI trailer, not much gameplay. But from what I got from the trailer, I really didn't know much about Watch Dogs until now. And basically, the guy could hack into cameras, buildings, basically anything electronic, cell phones, laptops, all that type of stuff. And the trailer showed off on what he could do and basically get out of these situations, and everything is controlled through his phone. And I can now see why people are excited for this game. I mean, it looks pretty good, it looks pretty amazing, and I can't wait to go and see what people think. I might pick it up at launch if people think it's amazing, but as of right now, I'll wait. So yeah, and they showed off Just Dance 2014. I don't have much to say about that. Rabbids Invasion is a new TV show that'll be on Xbox One, and that was interesting. And it is a interactive TV show, which basically you use the camera to go and do some motions, point at character or something. It's interesting. It's a new thing, so let's see on how this goes. I'm not a huge fan of the Rabbids anyways. I thought that they were cool at first, but now they're just bleh. But yeah, next thing they showed off was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And they were talking about, a pirate adventure that you'll be controlling through the story and all of that. And the trailer was mostly cinematic. The game was in development for 2 years. And then they showed off some actual gameplay of the actual game. And I mean, it wasn't exactly impressive. It basically looked like another Assassin's Creed game, if I could say that, with pirates and whatnot. So, couldn't exactly say much. Next thing they showed out was Trials Frontier / Fusion, which looked very sci-fi and stuff. Fusion was going to be on consoles, but Frontier was going to be on mobiles, and each of those versions will complement each other. Like, if you do the mission on the console, it can also work on the tablet or whatever. So that was very cool. And then then before they closed the show, they showed out this last game that had everyone like, wait, what? And basically, there was like this virus thing that basically hit on Black Friday, because how the way people spend money on Black Friday, and basically there's like an infection on the money that'll hit humans' blood, hit humans themselves and all that, hit children, and it'll basically spread. And everyone was wondering what this game was, and eventually they revealed that it was Tom Clancy's the Division. And I saw the hashtag The Division, but I wasn't exactly sure. But the fact that it's a Tom Clancy game, that's very interesting. And it's going to be a online, open world, having some RPG elements, a multiplayer game. That in and of itself is pretty crazy, but yeah. And the game looks amazing. I mean, it's based off of a game that's basically, the world's falling apart and all that. And we've seen this before, a world falling apart, all that type of stuff. But the gameplay itself looked good. The story sounded interesting, and the thought of, money infecting everyone, greed basically, is pretty cool. And this game is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. I'm still on the PS4 side. Because, used games are still blocked on the Xbox One, and the fact that you have to always be online. So, yeah, I'm still on PS4, but anyways, I gotta say, Ubisoft was better than EA. How the way it is right now, I have yet to watch the Sony conference, but it has to be Microsoft, Ubisoft, EA. I thought that Microsoft did the best so far, but I think that Sony might take them down, actually, or maybe Nintendo will take them down tomorrow. So who knows? But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Saturday. Also, if you guys want more videos like this, be sure to go and check out my playlist of thoughts videos. You can find it on my channel. Also, if you guys want, comment down below your thoughts on the EA and Ubisoft, conference. Your thoughts on everything. It's sad that they didn't. It's sad that they didn't show off Beyond Good and Evil, but I think that they might show that off during Nintendo's conference. But by the time you watch that, that's over. So, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but that's one of my predictions for the Nintendo thing. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video again or listening to it. And I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers.